So this video is be about 3 years ago, which 3 years ago I married my wife. But as you see, things happened. This morning here, so I'm about to have my breakfast, which is, I call it instant breakfast, but it's breakfast essentials, and it's a glass of milk. So I pour this in. Let me pour it in. Make sure it's all out. So it looks like this. Oh, yeah, I don't know if you see it. It's like right there. Then I use a spoon and mix it up. I do this every day. I mean, I miss some days. Sometimes I don't have milk or something happens. But if there's like 100 mornings, like 99 of them, I do this. This is my routine. My parents and my wife just hate, they hate the sound. There's more. Oh, that was good. And then, you know, that fills me up. That starts my day. So, all right, let's talk about my marriage. Well, 3 years ago, I married this woman, obviously. Actually, when I woke up, I got a text and an email from her saying, "Happy anniversary." It is what it is. But I mean, we're no longer together. I mean, we're still technically married, but we're over at this point. And, you know, from my perspective, marrying my wife was the happiest moment of my life, but also, in retrospect, you know, it was the biggest mistake I've ever made. Because, for me, marriage is for life. Marriage is forever. And it's all about teamwork. It's about equality and empathy and sharing life together. And we never really had that. Like, for me, just the act of marrying my wife, you know, I wanted just to marry my wife because I'm all pro marriage. I mean, I didn't really care about the wedding. I was like, you could have a really small wedding, but I want a really great marriage. And I feel like her mentality was like, oh, let's have this great wedding, and I don't really care about the marriage. Now, I don't speak for her. I only speak for me. So, I'm not putting words in her mouth. I'm just saying from my perspective. So, my parents have this tradition when their kid gets married, they invest $10,000 into the marriage from the get-go, cash, so you could start building your life together and start having a common nest egg that you could control together as a couple. So, I mean, that's a very common tradition. Like, the parents do that, but then there's everyone else contributes money and gifts and all that stuff for a common life together. And, like, husband and wife are equal. They share life, they share values, they share finances. Everything is equal. Like, there's an equal thing. So, we get married. Now, my wife wants this huge wedding. I think we have like 800 people. But like, I only have 80 because she hates all my friends. She like has like, her thing is power money, status. That's her thing. She loves power, money, and status, and she clings to it. Her whole life is about those things. And, whatever. I mean, that's why we're not together anymore. Because it's all about her power, her money, her wealth, her status, her friends, her family. It's all about her all the time. And I just couldn't stand it anymore. Okay, so we have this huge blowout wedding that she wanted and her family wanted. So they set all this up. I said, hey, whatever. So I think like they paid for a lot of it, or all of it, whatever. Because it was like I just want to get married to be married. I want to be in a team to build life together. And so we get married, we get a whole bunch of gifts, we get a whole bunch of money, we put the money in a joint account because that is our money. And then, after the wedding, she pretty much locks me out of my own joint account. We go to a joint account, we get debit cards, and we get all that stuff, and she was like, oh, that money is all mine. That wealth is all mine. My family paid for this wedding, so everything is mine. And, that was like that for the last 3 years. It was like, it's her money and whatever. And it's just like, it's just insanity. And that's just one aspect. Like, it's all about domination and power and control, and she called one of my best friends a homeless bum. Another friend, she said, oh, that person has sticky fingers. I got to a point where I was having mental and emotional breakdowns until I had to kick her out because I couldn't survive. And I find that every time I talk to her, it's frustrating, and I have a nervous breakdown, which is why she's not blocked anymore. I unblocked her, so I get all her messages now, but I don't respond. I do not talk, because every time I talk to her, because she will never be on the same page as me. So I finally got closure that we're completely over, because it's like she'll never apologize to my friend Paula. She would never do that. She would never treat me as an equal, and she'll never give me the marriage I want. So I'm done. So Have a great day, people.